Hey everybody. Um, so,
Everybody.
hi. This may not be the co-host you were expecting, but we are back to Phantasmagoria. The princess has found time in her busy schedule, and Rachel and I can't quite organize ours. So, rather than wait for the next space quest, princess volunteered to do Phantasmagoria. Woo! Say woo.
Woo!
See, she's excited. I've never played this game. The princess has, so she'll be in the pilot's seat, and I'll be doing the color commentary.
Played it like 5 years ago, though.
I've never played it, and the princess played it once 5 years ago, so she's the expert.
Yeah.
I do know a little bit of the history. I know when this game came out, it was a huge shock to everybody because it's made by Roberta Williams, who up until that point was famous for King's Quest, which is basically fairy tales, and not Grimm's fairy tales, just like happy Disney fairy tale games for everybody. And then she said, I'm going to start this new series, and we call it Phantasmagoria. And then it was filled with murder and rape and whatnot. Yeah. It was a bit of a shock to the system. A lot of people didn't know what to expect. I do know there's supposedly an infamous rape scene.
Infamous.
But I have a feeling from what I've read that it's not as bad as it was made out to be.
Well, I don't know how bad it was made out to be, so I can't help you with that.
It was made out to be a giant rape scene. Oh my gosh, this guy totally rapes this chick.
No, that totally happens.
Yeah, but does it happen off camera?
No. Well, no.
Okay. I'm in for a voyage of discovery as I find out how bad this horrible rape scene is. So, we are going to do Phantasmagoria. How did you first play this game? Where did you come across it?
One of my exes had it, and yeah.
It's a compelling story.
I don't really need a reason to play a video game, okay? This is probably the only adventure game I would play without prompting, which is actually kind of surprising because I'm really squeamish and this is kind of gory. So, but it is like, the one thing I like about it is it's easier than a traditional adventure game where it's like crazy stuff like figure out how to attach this chewing gum to this rubber band so you can get this thing that you can't reach otherwise or whatever. This isn't like that. It's much simpler, more straightforward, so I think it's more story-driven than most traditional adventure games.
And a lot of that comes from, this is one of those FMV video games, if you remember Gabriel Knight 2. Gabriel Knight 2, Phantasmagoria, and I think there's one or two other FMV video games that are actually supposed to be good. There's a lot of FMV games out there that are just god-awful, but Phantasmagoria is supposed to be in the handful that are actually good. Now, the downside is because of the age of the technology, the videos are going to be very poor quality. There's nothing we can do about it. That's just when they were originally shot. I've done everything I can to enhance them and make them better, but at the day and age when they were shot, they were put on CDs, with interlaced videos. They had black lines every other line so that it took up less room on the CD. And of the screen, and I'm going to try and do this looking at, it was about that big. The video took up that much of the screen. That little rectangle I'm trying to make with my fingers. That's that. So this version that we've got from Good Old Games has the ability to enhance the movies somewhat. I don't know if the opening movie is going to be enhanced, but we'll make sure to enhance everything after that if it's not.
$10, it's prettier than Final Fantasy VII.
Everything's prettier than Final Fantasy VII. My God. But that's also one of the reasons that it is more story-driven and less complex in the puzzle solving is because they had to actually have actors and actresses act out all the motions, so they couldn't just program anything they wanted to. And everything takes up a lot of space on the discs. I think Phantasmagoria was 7 CDs.
I don't know.
It was something like 7 CDs for a single game, so you had to do a lot of swapping out too. Anyway, I think we've stalled enough, so let's let the princess take us on a magical mystery tour of Phantasmagoria.
Yay!